I'll give you a small introduction about the Mataji. Mataji was born into Sikh wealthy business family, studied in a convent school, and was a fashion designer by profession. Married into a Hindu Punjabi business family, was doing business when she joined ISKCON. After initiation in 2002 as spiritual master, His Holiness Gopalakrishna Goswami Maharaj ordered her to be an international preacher and an author also. She had written 3 books and various articles for the Underworld and Back to Golden Magazine. Her books are namely: 1. Book with devotional poems, Pearls of Devotion known as. Second, Vaishnava teachings in Sikhism. It is in 5 languages. Third, Vaishnavism and Sikhism. Mataji travels all over the world, giving discourses in Japan, Canada, Australia, Hong Kong, Thailand, London, Pakistan, etc. During COVID, online preaching became intensive and joined in the distribution of scriptures and other devotional activities, including chanting sessions and various courses on the study of the scriptures. Every day, her chanting sessions have crossed 725 days with attendance of nearly 100 people every day. His Grace Rasa Priya Prabhu, her husband, has done beautiful ISKCON temple projects in Delhi, Gurgaon, and other places. He serves the Lordship and encourages Her Grace Radhika Krpa Mataji to do so. We are fortunate to have a devotional discourse from her today for the benefit of our day-to-day devotional service. Once again, thanks for all present here. Hare Krishna.
Hi, yeah, it's okay. Hare Krishna. Can everybody hear me? No? Hari Bol. It's better? Hare Krishna. So I thank everybody. I thank the temple authorities for inviting me here to Kenya. And I'm very fortunate that my Guru Maharaj ordered me to travel all over the world. And this year, it's my first trip to Africa, Kenya. And I'm very fortunate to be among all of you. So let's start the session with Mangalacharan. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunavalatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapat Kamlam Shri Gurana Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sakritam Sagan Ragnatvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarabhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanitamascha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sata Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Bhaksha Kripa Sindhuvaevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hi Krishna. So as I said, I'm quite fortunate, and it's always said that when we are in the association of devotees, we are very fortunate. As my introduction was being given, that I belong to a Sikh family, and my background is that. But my family was so liberal, my parents were so liberal, my father, that it was never that, oh, this is Hindu or that is Sikh or this is another religion. Never that happened in our family. So it's always been a very open and liberal kind of a background I'm coming from. And it's that when I joined ISKCON, it was again, I had some very big questions in my mind. So then I later came to know that the Vedanta Sutra has the first line where it says, the commentary on Vedanta Sutra says, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Those who really want to go into the spiritual life, they should have this Atato Brahma Jigyasa. They should be inquisitive about their own that who they are, why they are here, and what they are doing in this material world. So is there anybody out of you who has ever asked these questions to yourself? That why we are here in this material world? It's not that why I'm in Africa or why am I in America, but why, what I'm doing in this material world. So these are the questions one should ask to be successful in life. So today's topic is how to be successful in life. The success actually means you get your goals, you achieve your goals, and then you say, oh, I'm successful. For a toddler, it can be when he learns to walk, he has achieved his goal, he's successful in walking. But when he grows up, he doesn't say, I'm successful that I can walk. His aim changes. So aim keeps on changing. Our achievements keep on changing. But one thing is that is common among us. Our goals might differ. The material goals might differ all the time. But our goals in life will be same. Our problems in life are same. You'll be surprised. You will say, no, my problem is different to my neighbor's problem. My problem is different to my friend's problem. But you will gradually see when I reveal you all this from the scriptures that basically our problems are same. Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita is actually a celestial song sung by Krishna. And he answers many questions. These questions are our questions. Arjun's questions are our questions. So Arjun has got a question and Krishna tells him that this world is full of misery. There are 4 basic problems he said everybody is facing in this world. Birth, death, old age, and disease. These 4 problems are common to all. Taking birth is a big, it says, it's a big suffering, when a child takes birth. He's in the embryo and he's hung upside down. The science has revealed now, few years back, 60, 70, 80 years back when there was X-rays and the ultrasounds came out. But Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about it 5,000 years back. In the Granth Sahib, it's written already there, Garab mein haath dekar rakhya. It says, when the child is hung upside down, he is bound down, his hands are clasped together, and he's praying to the Lord. Free from this hell, please free me from this hell. Because he's lying in the place where he is suffering. He's lying in the place where the mother's urine and stool passes. He's in the passage. And he suffers. And he prays, he's fortunate enough if he prays to the Supreme Lord that bless me. When I'll come out of this, I will become your devotee. Bless me from that I come out of this hell and I'll become your devotee. But then he forgets everything. As soon as he's out, he forgets that he was suffering. He forgets because he finds so many relatives in the form of Maya. He has his aunts called Masi, Bua, all those. He was suffering there, but now he is welcomed in the home like he's never put on the hard floor even. He has soft mattresses. He's always in the lap. Nobody lets him cry. So this is the position when a person takes birth. He goes through hell. Then the death is a mystery in itself again. We all don't know what happens after death. And death, it says in the scriptures, when a person leaves the body, the soul leaves the body, there's a lot of pain. And somewhere it says in the scriptures, 40,000 scorpions when they bite you, that kind of pain happens when the soul leaves the body. But if you're a devotee, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, it says in the Granth Sahib, Har har japantya kach kahe na jamkal, Koh nanak mantan hoy sukhya antah milay gopal. Those who chant the holy name of Hari, Har har japantya. So in the Gurbani we pronounce Hari as Har. It's written as Hari only, but the pronunciation comes as Har. So Har har japantya kach kahe na jamkal. When you chant the holy name of Hari, Yamaraj will not touch you. There are only Yamadutas and Vishnudutas. Krishna has got 2 sets of people. When we leave the body, only these 2 sets of people, either of them will come to take your soul. Body will die on its own. Body is made of gross elements. This body is Panchatattva. It will die. It's made of 5 gross elements. It's gonna die on its own. It's dying every moment because the time consumes everything. So time is consuming the body. Body is dying. Every moment it's dying. What I was one moment ago, I am not now. And I cannot buy that moment, whether I have a lot of money. My money is not at all, it's not going to get me back those moments that I've just passed by. They will never come back to me. So the time wasted is time gone. The time we should not waste at all. So it says here, Harar Japantya. So two set of people is sent by Krishna. Those who are chanting the holy name, those who chant the holy name, and at the time of death, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yam Yam Vapi Smaranam. He says at the time of death, when you are chanting my name, what happens then? Then my Vishnu Dutas will come and they will take you back to my abode. You will come back to my home, your own home. But if you are not chanting my name at the time of death, when you were giving out your body, your soul was passing out of this body, and you didn't remember me at all, you didn't have me in your consciousness, then who will come? The Yamadutas will come. And Yamadutas will actually, then this suffering pain will come. I'm talking about the 40,000 scorpions bite, then that happens. It's similarly like when the cat eats a mouse, with the same teeth she eats the mouse. And with the same teeth she carries her babies from one place to another. The babies never get hurt, but the mouse gets killed. So likewise Krishna, when we remember him, he is Hari. Hari means who takes away, जो हमारे दुखों को हर लेते हैं, who kidnaps our miseries, who takes away all our miseries. So the death, birth, disease, old age, these are the basic miseries everybody is suffering from. So Krishna says, I will take away all these. I will take your miseries. Provided you remember me, and in your consciousness, I am there always. So he says that, Har Har Japantya Kach Kahe Na Jamkar. Those who are chanting the holy name of Hari at the end, Yamaraj will not touch them. Yamdutas will not come near them. Where we understand this, it says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of Ajamal. It clearly mentions the story of Ajamal, and this story of Ajamal is given in the Granth Sahib also. It's there in the Granth Sahib. Guru Arjan Dev Ji has placed this story for all of us to understand the Granth Sahib. So Ajamal, Narayan kahe Ajamal udriya. It says when Narayan he said and he got liberated. When he said Narayan. So the story of Ajamal comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Where in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Ajamal, he is a saintly person, he's a Vaishnava, but then he falls down. He goes to the forest to get flowers to offer to Supreme Lord Krishna. When he goes to get some flowers from the forest, he sees a prostitute there with her lover. And he gets carried away. He gets the lusty desires in himself. And he wants to marry that prostitute. And he marries that prostitute. He leaves his wife, his pure wife, chaste wife. He leaves her and he marries the prostitute, brings the prostitute to his home. And there they lead a life full of sins. He becomes a gambler, he becomes alcoholic. He gets all the bad qualities what a person can have with that association. Now, at the age of 80, he delivers a boy. His wife, prostitute wife, delivers a boy. And that boy is by Krishna's mercy because he was already a devotee earlier. So Krishna blesses him in some way. Krishna never forgets his disciple. Krishna never forgets his devotee. He never forgets. If you have done little much of bhakti also, if you have just chanted his name once, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Krishna gets indebted to you. He will not leave you. He will always try to pull you back. He will always try to put you right on the right path. So here Ajamal named his son Narayan, though he had so many disqualifications. Yet he named his son Narayan. His son was named Narayan. And now he loved Narayan so much. All the moment he's saying, Narayan, 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 do this, Narayan, eat this, Narayan, come here. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. All the time he's doing Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And now the death comes. And death comes without any invitation, without any notice. Death is one thing that just barges in. It comes without knocking the door. It doesn't let you even know that you're going to pass out. I might pass out right sitting here. I don't know the next breath. Guru Nanak Dev Ji clearly says, the human beings are one dummy. One dummy means we think we have a lot of life to live, but our life is only one breath. The breath that goes in might not come out. Only one breath. The persons who think that they have only one breath to live, they will never forget the Supreme Lord. And it's the truth. We only have one breath to live. We might pass out any moment. It can take 10 years, 10 seconds, even 10 years, 10 days. Who knows when we will go away. So it can be the next breath also. What I'm taking might go inside and not come out. So we are one dummy, one dumb. Only one breath our life is. So Ajamil did not know that he was going to pass out. But he was just saying, Narayan, Narayan, do this, Narayan, that. And it says, last breath that was. And he could see it happened so, because when we are about to leave the body, our consciousness actually is where our lips also will move in that direction. We will speak that only. What is there inside? It says no. What goes inside comes out. So it is like that. He was speaking Narayan, but it was on his lips. And at that moment, Krishna has blessed that whosoever takes my name at the time of death, Vishnu Dutas will come. So he said Narayan, and he got scared because of his karmas. Vishnu Dutas were approaching him. Yama Dutas were approaching him. And Yama Dutas are very ugly to look at. They are very, very, it says they are so ugly and that you feel, they are frightening. They frighten you. And Ajamal got frightened because of those Yamadutas. And he became more eager, and more eagerly he is calling Narayan, Narayan, come here. Narayan, where are you? Because he is very scared of those Yamadutas approaching him. And now he was so eagerly speaking Narayan, Narayan, immediately Vishnu Dutas appeared. Now this is the first time it has happened that the Vishnu Dutas and Yam Dutas are at the one place together. It was first time it was happening. And Yam Dutas and Vishnu Dutas, they actually started a conversation between themselves. They had never seen each other earlier. So they started a conversation. And they said, we will take it, and the other party said, we will take him. And then it was finally decided that they will give him some more time. And they will test him again. And they had to give him some more time. And now Ajamil heard all this. And when Ajamil heard and saw all this, he understood his mistake. When he came to know that he has been given more time, he immediately left the bed and he did not turn back and left the home and walked straight to Haridwar. And there he did the austerities, he did the penance, and he left his body in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord. And he went back to Godhead. So this is Ajamil's story. This Ajamil's story is given in the Granth Sahib as it is. So it says here, Har Har Japantya Kach Kahe Na Jamkal. So this proves in itself, those who chant the holy name of Hari, Yamaraj will not touch them. If Yamadutas come, they take you to hell. There is a hell. Some people say, oh, who has seen the hell? Let's enjoy life here. Who has seen hell? There is hell. The Gurbani goes to the extent, it says that what we eat, actually, the Gita also says the same. Krishna says this. And the Granth Sahib, it says, Name Aho Keh Gita. There is actually in the Granth Sahib, there is the verses compiled by the devotees, verses compiled by the Gurus themselves, by the Sikh Gurus themselves. So there are many verses compiled by the devotees as well. So devotees of the Lord like Namadev. Namadev had 72 times he had the darshan of the Supreme Lord. 72 times Krishna gave him darshan. And it is Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the compiler of the Granth Sahib, he has put his verses in the Granth Sahib. It's given there. So Namdev Ji says, Name Eho Kehe Gita. He says, Gita says the same. And here we are talking about it, that Ajamil story is given, Prahlad and Dhruva story is given in the Granth Sahib. So, Harar Japantya Kach Kahe Na Jamakal. Yamaraj will not say anything to you. And the Yamadutas take you to where? To the hell, as I said. There is a hell and heaven, and above hell and heaven, there is the Golok Dham. There is the Dham where Krishna resides. He tells Arjuna, look for the place in this world where when you go back, you don't need to come back to this world. When you go back, you come back to my dham, you need not come back to this material world. This is Mrityu Loka. Mrityu Loka means where Mrityu is destined. We may live anywhere in the world. The death rate is 100%. When Srila Prabhupada came to America, so they said, oh, you have come from a poor country. We are very rich here in America. Prabhupada said, don't worry, everything is common between you and us. They said, what is common? Prabhupada said, the death rate is 100% there, the death rate is 100% here. Everybody dies there, everybody dies here. So death rate is 100%. So if the death rate is 100%, then how to die? What is the best way to die? That is the real success of life. That how do we die? What are we doing at the last breath of our lives? So it says here, so those who chant the holy name of Hari, what happens to them? They actually, the Yamadutas will not touch them. They will not go to hell for sure. And if they have done pious activities, they will go to the upper planets, the heavenly planets. But if they are chanting the holy name, the Gurbani says, Simran sabte ucha udre ko nahi mucha. Simran is the topmost. Hari's Simran is the topmost. So those who chant the Hari's name, they will actually go back to Godhead. Har har japantya kachkaye na jamkal koh nanak. Mantan hoy sukhiya. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Mantan hoy sukhiya. Man means your mind. So mind, Krishna says, is actually the real culprit. We might be sitting here physically. It's not necessary our mind is here. It's very difficult to keep the mind here with the body. Mind must be going here and there. Mind does not sit with you. Mind is actually wandering away. You can't control mind. Physically, you can control yourself. You can make yourself under obligation or under any other kind of thing. You can make yourself sit at one place. But your mind will wander away. Mind can go 1,000 miles away. Mind right now can be in India, in America, Canada, anywhere. It has freedom to go anywhere. But those, Krishna says, those who actually give their mind to me, that means those who actually chant the holy name and their mind is given to me, means they are following my instructions. What I say, they do that. That is giving their mind to Krishna. Krishna tells Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Fight this Mahabharata. But then I will tell you how to fight. He says, give your mind and intelligence to me. Apna man aur buddhi mujhe de do, Krishna says. Give your mind and intelligence to me and then fight this battle. We all are fighting a battle in this world. We have come to this Mrityu Loka. We all have a Kurukshetra of our own. Everybody has a Kurukshetra. In the material world, there is not a single person without a Kurukshetra. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Nanak dukhiya sab sansar. So everybody has the misery, dukh, everybody has. So everybody is suffering here. Nobody is bereft of any suffering. So, but how to get rid of the suffering permanently? That is what the scriptures give. That is what the Bhagavad Gita gives. That is what the Granth Sahib gives us. So it says, how will you control your mind? As I said, mind is very difficult to control. Arjuna asked Krishna, hey Krishna, mana chanchala. Man is very chanchal. Man is actually, he says, it goes like the wind. You can't control the wind. Likewise, you can't control the mind. But Krishna says, it's difficult, Arjun, but it's not impossible. You can control your mind by, he says, practice. Abhyasente konteya. He says, Kunti ke putra. Hey, Kunti's son. Kunti is his bua, his aunt. So, bua's son means you are my own. You are my relative. You are my brother. So, I'm telling you the easiest way. Like I'm your brother, so a brother is giving the advice. He says, this is my advice. Abhyaste konteya. Practice. You just practice. You practice the holy name. You will control the mind. And then he says, and with the sword of detachment. The sword of detachment. That means we may be doing anything in this world. We may be a big businessman, we may be a student, we may be a housewife, we may be a working woman, we may have a big job, whatever we have. we will continue to do that. It's not that we have to leave. Detachment means we leave everything and we'll come to the temple and sit here. No. We will do everything what we are doing, but we will add Krishna to our lives. We will start chanting the holy name. Gurbani clearly says, give the daswant. Daswant means 10% of yours. Whether it's your income, whether it's your life, give 10% of that. Give 10% of your time. So we have 24 hours. Can't we give 10 minutes of every hour to Krishna? It's not difficult, just 10 minutes of every hour. 8 hours we sleep, 8 hours we work, then 8 hours are still left. So you don't need 8 hours for eating. You don't need 8 hours for your other things. We waste our other time by watching TV, by watching on the net, by watching movies. We waste our time. Just we organize our time, we will have ample of time. We just need to give 1.5 hours to 2 hours to Krishna every day. So Prabhupada is the spiritual master. He was the recent guru, very recent guru. So what he gave was how you can, because it says the spiritual master has got the yukti. Yukti means upay. He's got the actual solution. So Prabhupada gave a very simple solution. He said, just follow 4 regulative principles and chant 16 rounds a day. 16 rounds a day means 108 beads make 1 round. So chant 108 into 16. That's it. So that takes only 1.5 hours to 2 hours a day. So easy he made it. And 4 regulative principles, what do? They bring you to the mode of goodness immediately. Whether you were in mode of ignorance, whether you were mode of passion, you immediately come to mode of goodness. And in mode of goodness only one can understand these scriptures. Otherwise there is no way to understand the scriptures. If you want to understand the scriptures, you want to understand the Gita, the Granth Sahib, the Bhagavatam, you got to be in the mode of goodness, Satogun. And if you are in Satogun and you are chanting the rounds for 2 hours a day and you are eating only prasadam, you are offering and eating. Those who offer to the Supreme Lord and eat their food, they actually sanctified the food. And this food will help you to actually purify your consciousness. The Gurbani says, Mutapaliti kapade de sabun laiya to bhariye mat papa ke sang dope nave ke rang. And it's exactly similar to what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the first Shikshashtakam verse. Cheto darpanam marjanam bhammadavagni nirvapanam. He says, cleanse your heart. You have to clean your heart. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that's Japji Sahib, the first beginning of the Granth Sahib. It comes there only, Mutapaliti Kappadoi. He says you can wash your dirty linen, dirty clothes by water and soap. You can wash your body, dirty body with soap and water. But what about your dirty mind, your dirty heart? How will you cleanse it? Only the holy name can cleanse it. And some of you will say, I don't have a dirty mind. I am so good at heart. I help others all the time. I am so good. So we always give 100% marks to ourselves and we only find faults with others. But those who become devotees, they know. Gurbani says, Apas ko, apne ko jano manda. We are the worst of the worst. The rest of the world is the best, but we are the worst. The devotee thinks that. He's so humble. Because we are full of vices. All of us. It says, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Irsha, Dvesh. That is lust, anger, greed, jealousy. Everybody has it in abundance. We have actually, we don't get, it says, we don't have the distress of our own problems. We get the distress when we see others have what we don't have. औरों के सुख से दुखी होते हैं, अपने दुख से दुखी नहीं होते हैं. That is in easy language we say. Sometimes the meanings change when we take to a foreign language, but in our own native language, this is very simple to understand. हम औरों के सुख से दुखी हो जाते हैं, हम औरों के दुख से दुखी नहीं होते हैं, अपने दुख से भी दुखी नहीं है इतना, दूसरों के सुख से ज़्यादा दुखी हैं. So we have to actually purify ourselves. That's very important. So So it says that the first line is clear that Yamraj will not touch us. Then it says Mantan hoy sukhiya. So we are talking about mind. So Arjun had this question to Krishna, and Krishna says, how will you control your mind? So that is by the detachment and by the abhyasa. Abhyas te kaun kya? By practice. So that's why Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, when you chant the holy name, what happens? Your mind comes under control. Man tan hoy sukhiya. And tan, your physical body, you're worried. If I'll chant whole day, then how will I take care of my body? How will I fulfill all the needs I want? How will I get the money? If I'm chanting 2 rounds, 2 hours I will give in chanting, I will cook prashadam, then how will I earn money? So those who chant the holy name, Krishna makes the arrangement that their body also gets what they need. Krishna says needs can be fulfilled. Wants are unlimited. They are very difficult to fulfill. They can never be fulfilled. Wants are the greed. And human beings are very greedy. And we should not be greedy. That's it. So greed goes away, because then he clearly said, lust, anger, greed are the 3 gates to hell. If you want to go to hell, you will have to walk through the gate of greed, you'll have to walk through the gate of lust, and walk through the gate of lust, anger and greed. So anger, greed, lust, these are 3 gates. You will walk through them direct to hell. So nobody wants to go to hell. Nobody wants to go to hell. Nobody actually wants to come back here if they think this is a suffering. And 100% Krishna says there is suffering here. You may agree or not agree. There is suffering. So, Mantanoi Sukya, those who chant the holy name, their mind will be at peace, their body will be at peace, their needs will be fulfilled. Krishna assures them. He says, yes, your needs will be fulfilled. I'll take care, I guarantee that. He guarantees in the Bhagavad Gita, Anana samama chintato yajanya paripaste tesham nitya bhuktanam yoga shevam mahame aham. He says, I carry what you lack. I will bring it for you. I guarantee that. But provided you remember me always. You do Ananya Bhakti. Ananya means Anya koi aur nobody other than Krishna. So that is Mantan hoy sukhiya. Your mind and your body will be at peace, and ultimately you will get Antah mile Gopal. That's the assurance given. Harar japantya kacha kahe na jamkal, kaho nanak mantan hoy sukhiya, antah mile Gopal. And you will get Gopal in the end. At the end of life, you will get Krishna. That's the guarantee. But the first step is Harar japantya. You have to chant the holy name. You have to chant the name of Hari. Some may say, oh, it's not that Hari, because I often travel and I know. Because for me, it was in my family. They are all Sikhs in my parents' family. But in my in-laws' family, they are all Hindus. So when I meet them, it is like earlier, why I wanted to go deep into both the scriptures. It was the reason that when I go to my parental family, when I speak to them, they will ask me, why you wear tilak, why you wear kantimala, why you carrying beads, why you chanting. So I used to preach them from the Granth Sahib, that they would understand from the Granth Sahib only. They have heard the Granth Sahib whole their lives. But when I'm with my in-laws family, I tell them from the Gita. I said, it's your scripture. I'm telling you from your scripture. They would object to me wearing a tilak. And I said, oh, it's your scripture saying this. So then they had no answer for that. So this is actually the mercy of Krishna, that I could satisfy both the sides. And this is how that we become more determined, our faith becomes strong. The bhakti is all about faith. The spiritual life is all about faith. Krishna says, science says, first see and then believe. Those who are science students, they say, oh, show me, first show me. Show me there is Krishna, show me something, where is he? Then I will believe. I don't believe in all this. But spiritual life says, Krishna says, first believe and then I'll show. If you have faith in me, I'll show you everything. If you don't have faith in me, you will see nothing. You will not get the eyes to see me. Arjun was given special eyes to see his Virat Roop. Krishna gives special eyes. He sends the spiritual master before us when we are very, very sincere and very inquisitive. Krishna makes this plan for us. He sends the spiritual master, appears before us. As I said, the Gurbani clearly says that there is a hell. You may not agree, but it is there written in the Granth Sahib. It says, Jo maas machli khai sura piye. And what all Bharat name they have done, they will be of no use. And ultimately what will happen? So rasatal jai. Those who have eaten non-veg or they drink alcohol and they lead such a life, they will all go to rasatal. And what is rasatal? The Bhagavatam says, there are 7 kinds of patal lokas. The deepest of them is the rasatal. So one is thrown into the rasatal. And then you go into the lower species of human life. When you take birth, you will go into the lower species. So we have given a prize to get this human body, if everybody knows that. All of you know it, what prize we have given to get this human body. Somebody can just put up their hand and let me know. What prize did we give to get this human body? I don't want this to be just a lecture. I want that everybody should be into it, interactive. So what price did we pay? Don't get scared. You can answer anything. I will not say anything. I'm not going to give. What price? Anybody wants to try? Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Yes, absolutely right. We have paid the price of 84 lakhs of species. 84 lakh yoniyon ki कीमत दी है. Gurbani says 84 lakh brahmte brahmte dulabh janam ab payo re. Dulabh manuv janam ab payo re. Brahmavrat Puran says the same thing. That 84 lakhs of species we have gone through to get this human form. It is so much precious, invaluable. This human form is invaluable. If you buy some piece of gold, how you keep it under so many locks, put it in the safe. You want to protect it, you want to keep it like it may not you may not have somebody to steal it or something. You may not lose it. You keep it under several locks. But this human form, you've paid 84 lakhs of species the price. 84 lakhs of species means millions of years you have crossed over to get this body. You have been a dog, a lizard, a cockroach, a mosquito, everything you have become. A tree, anything you name it, you have been through that. Do you want to go back into that? No. Nobody wants to go back. But if you don't have faith in these words, you will say, who has seen it? I want to live my life. Then surely you are going to go back into that only. Gurbani says, Jue janam harya. Don't gamble with your life. Don't gamble. This is jua. Don't play jua. Listen to the words of the spiritual master. Listen to the words of the gurus. Why do the gurus appear? Krishna says, why do I come and why do I send the representatives? Paritarnai sadhunam, he says. Vinashaya dushkrita. I send my representatives. I come myself. Why do I come? Because I love you. I love the sadhus. I love the bhaktas. The sadhana karne wale sadhu. Sadhu means sadhana karne wale. Those who chant the holy name, they are sadhakas. They are sadhus. Sadhu doesn't mean he's wearing a saffron, he's a sadhu. Sadhu means those who are chanting the holy name, they are sadhus. You can become a sadhu. While you are a grasta, Arjun was a grasta. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to a grasta. Krishna did not say, I will speak only to the sannyasi. He chose Arjuna and he spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, a grasta. He taught him that how he can remain a grasta and yet he can remain a detached person. How? By chanting we become detached. Detached means you are not into the greed, you are not in material greed, you are not into lust, you are not into any obsession for material world. You have only one thing, that you want to chant the name and lead a simple life. A life free from vices, full of all good qualities. And Krishna talks about the demonic and the divine qualities in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, if you get connected to me, what I do is, I manifest all the divine qualities in you. You will become what you are saying and what you are reading. If you get connected to me, I'll give my personal qualities to you. Krishna gives his qualities to you. But if we do not want his qualities and we are full of vices, then he says you will be manifested with demonic qualities. According to your wish, I give you what you want, I give you that. He clearly says that. You get what you want, what you desire. So if you desire to become spiritual, if you desire to chant the holy name, Krishna will manifest all the good qualities in you. You will understand the Granth Sahib, the Gita, you will understand how we can love each other, how we can live in cooperation, how we can be happy in this world. Because if I ask you, you will, 99% of the people all over the world, when I ask them, what are you looking in life? What are you finding in life? What are you searching for in life? I think so the reply will be same here. Anybody wants to try? What are we searching here in life? Yes?
Happiness.
Yes, that's true. Nobody is searching God. Everybody is searching Jai. Shri Radha. It's Madan Mohan. Yeah, Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai. So everybody is looking for peace and happiness. These are two things everybody is searching. But they don't know where to search for these things. They are looking at the wrong things, in the wrong things to get these things. They think, oh, if I'll earn a lot of money, if I'll have a lot of money, I'll be happy. But the happiness is coming. If I get this contract, I'll be happy. If I get this house, I'll be happy. If I get this car, I'll be happy. If I get this, that, I'll be happy. That day will never come. You will never be satisfied. Because Krishna says, when one desire is fulfilled, another desire takes birth immediately. And you forget what you said, oh, I will get happiness. You will not get happiness. Because you are greedy. You are looking for the happiness in the wrong things, the material things. Material things are temporary. So material happiness is temporary. Krishna is all eternal. The happiness when we get connected to Him is all eternal. It says in the Granth Sahib that when someone is fed, if he is dumb, gunga hai, if इस गूंगे को गुड़ खिला दो तो वो नहीं बता सकता वो कितना मीठा है. So a gunga vyakti, a dumb person cannot tell you if he's had the jaggery, he cannot tell you how sweet the jaggery is. So likewise, those who chant the holy name, they cannot express it that how beautiful and how satisfying the holy name is. The name of the Supreme Lord. How it gives you energy, how it energizes you. Because Krishna says, I've put all my transcendental energy into the holy name. I've put all the transcendental energy into my name in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is actually Kali Kevala Namadhara. Satyug Sati, Treta Yug Yagi, Dwapar Puja Achar, Kali Kevala Namadhara. These are the lines from the Granth Sahib. It says, the Satyug, to achieve Krishna, to achieve the Supreme Lord, one had to do penance, tapasya, for many, many years. Our life was 1 lakh years. Human being lived for 1 lakh. It's the truth. It's written in the Bhagavatam. And then it says, in Treta Yuga, to achieve God, we had to actually perform worship, opulent worship of Krishna. If you're coming to the temple, you have to bring gold, you have to bring diamonds, you have to bring a lot of expensive gifts for the Lord if you want to please Him. And He was pleased with opulent worship. But then in Kali Yuga, He gave a big discount. He gave the biggest discount. He said, Kali Kevala Namadhara. You just chant my holy name and you will come back to me. I guarantee that. You just chant. You just chant and you will be back with me. So you see all the religions right now if you go through. Muslims, they have their tasbih. Christians have their rosary beads. In Granth Sahib, everybody chants Vaheguru. Then here we are giving you the Maha Mantra. So everybody is chanting their way back to Godhead. But they exactly how to chant one has to learn. You just can't be on your own thinking, oh, I will go back to Godhead. Without these spiritual masters, he has to be there. But because if we are under the shelter of a spiritual master, of a guru, then only we can go back to Godhead in the right sense. Otherwise, we will be here lingering for many and more births. But then we don't need to waste time. If we are under a spiritual master with his guidance, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipitena pariprashnena sevya. How you should approach a spiritual master. How much humility you should have. You should be very submissive when you approach a spiritual master. Gurbani says, Gur sevete Thakur jane. Those who have served the spiritual master will know the Thakur. Otherwise, there is no way to know the Thakur. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Jo na bhajante Narayana, tinka maina karu darsana. Those who don't chant the name of Narayana, I don't take their darshan even. And he says, darshan parsiye guru ke janam maran dukh jaye. Those who actually take the darshan of the guru means those who follow the instructions of the guru. Then what happens? Then their janam marana ka dukh goes away. They go out of the cycle of birth and death. They will not come back to this world again. They will be out of the cycle of birth and death. So they don't have to suffer. So that's what Krishna says to Arjuna. Yam yam vapi smarnam. At the time of death, remember me. But then on our own, we cannot remember Krishna at the time of death. Who knows what's going to happen when we die? We might be on ventilator. We might be, we don't know, it's a heart attack or whatever, a stroke. How we will die, who knows that? Gurbani says, Kaun jane marna kaisa hoye? Nobody knows that. But then the Guru, the scriptures tell us all about it. Krishna says, Yam yam vapi smarnam. Remember me at the time of death. Then I will help you. But how you will remember me at the time of death? If throughout your life you are chanting, you gave your 2 hours a day, 10% of your life to me, the time to me, because time is most precious. If you give that time to me, I will see to it that it will be my mercy that you will remember me and you will come back to me. He says that I guarantee that. And he assures us. And it clearly says, whatever the consciousness at the time of death is, the next body is ready. Reincarnation is 100% there. There is reincarnation. It's not that we will not get birth again. We will. But if we chant the holy name, we will go back to Godhead. That is we'll get a real Savrupa. But if we are not chanting the holy name, then according to our consciousness, according to our desire, our next body is there ready for us as soon as we leave this body. Gurbani clearly says that. There is an example of Bharat Maharaj in the Bhagavatam. Bharat Maharaj left all opulences, his palace, he left his queen, his palace, his children, and he came to the forest to do the penance and remember the Supreme Lord. But then he got attached to a baby deer. A mother deer delivered a baby deer, and because the hunter was actually following her, and as the hunter's arrow hit her, she delivered a baby. And now Bharat Maharaj got so much attached to that baby deer. He would not let the baby deer go out of his sight for one moment even. He had left his own children, but he got his attachment to a deer. And now he left his body. When he died, he had to take the body of a deer. He took birth as a deer. And then Krishna was merciful because Krishna knows his mathematics is always perfect. And Krishna knew that, yes, he had given up he had done all these sacrifices. So quickly that body, actually, he left that deer body, and the next he got a human body again. And Krishna was so merciful that in his human body he remembered what mistake he had done in this previous human form. And he did not commit that mistake again. And then that story is big, Jad Bharat. And then he left the body and he went back to Godhead. So likewise in the Granth Sahib it comes there. It says, Antakal jo simre Lachmi aisi chinta me jo mare sarpa yoni valva na utre. At the time of death, if one's consciousness was stuck in money, throughout his life he was busy accumulating money. He was obsessed with money. He was obsessed with the material things, material opulences. So it says that at the time of death, what's going to happen? His consciousness will be stuck in, that says, Antakal jo simre Lachmi. So at the time of death, he will only have money in his mind. Oh, I had to give this, I had to take that money, I had to do this, that accounts, this account. And Krishna says, I'm very merciful. What I give you in the next birth is, I make you a snake. You go into the snake species. Why snake? Because the snakes are always residing at the treasures. You wanted money, I give you money. Krishna gives what you want. He says that. You wanted money, you were whole your life, you were worried about money, money, money. Whether lot of money or less money. It says, whether it's success or failure, you are obsessed with both. So you will now take the reaction of both. You wanted money, I gave you the birth as a snake. Antakal jo simre, it says, santan. Whole life you are worried about your children only. You are obsessed. You never remembered Supreme Lord. You never chanted His name. You were just worried about your children. Oh, my children, my son, my daughter, what they are doing, how will they do, what this. And you are just in worry, worry, worry. Krishna says, and if you leave your body during this, you are worrying about them. You leave your body. The next birth I give you as Sukar Yoni Valva Lautre. I give you the birth as a sewer, a pig. You were worried about your 2-3 children, I give you dozen piglets. Now you worry about them. Krishna says, I am very merciful. I am giving you what you wanted. It says, Govind Naam na bisaro meri bai. Govind Naam na bisare. So never leave the name of Govinda from your tongue. Just chant the holy name. There are many more things as it says. Antakal jo simre ghar mandar, aisi chinta mein jo mare. It says those who are actually thinking of, I wanted to make a big house, a small house, this house, that house, and his consciousness was stuck in those houses, those buildings only. Krishna says, Pret yoni valva lautre. I give them the yoni of Pret. The Pret yoni means haunted houses. You've seen, they say, oh, these are haunted houses. He says, you wanted bricks and mortar. I'm giving you the bricks. Now live in the bricks. So those houses become haunted, where the Pret yoni valva lautre. Antakal jo simre Narayan aisi chinta mein jo mare. You are chanting the holy name of Krishna throughout, and you pass out thinking of Krishna. Pitambar take hriday base. Vadat Tirlochan. This is the Vani of Tirlochan, Sant Tirlochan. He says, what happens then? Pitambar take hriday base. Pitambar, Krishna will reside in your heart and He will take you back to His own abode. You will go back to His abode because you left your body thinking of Him. So those who chant the holy name, when they pass out, they go back to Krishna. He says in the Bhagavad Gita, I assure you, yam yam api smaranam, antakale. He says, antakale tejante. When you leave your body at the last moment, if you are remembering me, I will take you back. I guarantee that. And this has been sanctioned by the Granth Sahib even. It says, yes, this will happen. So then how much more we want the evidences? Their evidences are there before us. So our success is only when we have Krishna in our hearts and on our tongue. That's the only way. When we chant the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So any questions? I think so. Our time is, it's at 8:30. So questions and answers, we can talk about it more in detail if you have questions. Yes, Prabhuji.
We can make one round chant, everybody. Okay?
To me it's okay. If everybody is ready, I have no issues.
We do normally.
Okay. Prabhuji says that after question answers, we will chant one round so that we begin. Those who don't chant, they will at least chant once. So when we chant once, even Krishna is pleased. He will pull us. So we will be pulled towards Him. So please ask your questions, because questions enlighten the speaker, they enlighten the who is asking, and it enlightens the whole congregation who is sitting. Everybody gets the enlightenment. Those who actually ask the questions, they are very, say, blessed people. Those who ask questions, because they have inquisitiveness in them. Krishna says 4 kinds of people come to me. Those who are in pain, they come to me. Secondly, those who want money, they come to me. Third, those who are inquisitive come to me. Fourth, those who have knowledge come to me. Then Krishna is asked by Arjuna, who is the most favorite of you out of these 4? And then Krishna replies, the one who performs Shuddha Bhakti on the basis of knowledge is very dear to me. So who performs Bhakti means who chants the holy name. That's Bhakti. So those who chant the holy name and they have the knowledge, Krishna says they are most favorite of me. I love them. So please ask any questions if you have. I know when the session will be over, some of you will walk to me and they'll say, we have some question. But I would like you to ask the question right now. Otherwise, we will go for chanting. Or maybe you don't want to ask questions because everybody is in a hurry. They want their session to end. Maybe that can be the reason. So no question. We'll go for chanting then. When we chant, we seek the blessings of Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that we may not commit any mistakes, or if we commit any mistakes, they may forgive us. So I may tell you, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Jagannath Puri. Both of them met together and did Harinam together. It's been researched by one of our Prabhupada disciples, Satyaraja Das, Stephen Rosen. He did the research, full research. He met the Sikh historians, and then he came to the conclusion, they all came to the conclusion, yes, Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to Jagannath Puri and he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. And they both danced together, they did the Harinam together. So there are many, many pastimes of Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Jagannath Puri with Jagannath Ji. They are there. There are many stories, I know of many leelas, many kathas, but the time does not permit us. I may tell you one very short story. When the 7th Guru, that is Guru Harkishan Sahib, he was made Guru at the age of 5. And he left this world at the age of 7. So Guru Harkishan Sahib, he was coming to Delhi. The Mughal emperor was very jealous of this Guru, who was very young in age, and he was more popular than the Mughal emperor. He was very jealous of Guru Harkishan Sahib. He invited Guru Harkishan Sahib to Delhi. He said, I want to meet you. And everybody was telling Guru Harkishan Sahib, don't go. But he said, no, I will go. And Guru Harkishan Sahib, on his way to Delhi, he spent a night in a village. So when he was in that village, the smart Brahmins there, they were very jealous of Guru Harkishan Sahib. They said to Guru Harkishan Sahib, you have kept your name on Krishna. Your name is Hari Krishna. Do you know Bhagavad Gita? Do you know the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita? You are a 5-year-old boy, 6-year-old boy. Do you know the Bhagavad Gita shlokas? Those Brahmins were very egoistic. They were full of ego. They were full of pride. And Guru just smiled. Guru Krishna Sahib smiled and said, tomorrow early morning, you bring from your village the most illiterate person to me, who doesn't know to read and write, who can't speak much. Bring him to me. So they searched for the most murak person in their village, and they took that person to Guru Harkishan Sahib. Guru Harkishan Sahib had a stick with him, a small stick he was carrying with him. He touched that person with his stick. As soon as he touched him with the stick, that person started speaking the shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. And everybody fell at the feet of Guru Krishna Sahib. So this is the Guru. He can make a fool also speak. So a Guru is well qualified, a pramanik, a bona fide Guru from succession, from disciplic succession. He can actually make a fools like us even speak. That's what I want to convey to you. That's what Guru Krishna Sahib proved it. That why could he not know the shlokas of Gita? He could make a stupid person speak the shlokas. So this is the power of the spiritual master. So these are many, many pastimes of the Guru Sahib from the Granth Sahib, and they actually increase our faith in him, increase the faith in holy name. So let's all chant the holy name. We will start the one japa round. And I often tell that we chant with mood, method and mellow. So the mood is, the ambience is chanting. The mood is perfect here. We have Srila Prabhupada, we have the deities, though the darshan is closed, but Krishna is still there. Krishna says, whenever two Vaishnavas meet, I am the third one in between. I never leave the place where they chant my holy name. I never leave the place. I'm always there. So Krishna is there, the mood is perfect. Prabhupada, the spiritual master, the Shiksha Guru, eminent Shiksha Guru is he. He's here. So the mood is there. The method is what we speak, we have to listen. So when you are chanting, please listen to each and every single word what you speak. And the mellow is you can pick up any tune that suits you. You feel nice to like chant. Pick up any tune the way you want to speak. So what happens is we have to listen to every word. And a mellow means a tune you have picked up so that your japa remains live japa. It should not be a monotonous dead japa. You should have live japa, the japa that has soul in it. Let not that japa be mechanical. So don't let that japa be mechanical, it should a living japa. So we'll start the chanting. First we speak the Panchtattva mantra, that's Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hi Krishna. Did everybody enjoy it? I just want to ask. Is there anybody who did not enjoy it? Be frank, be truthful. You are sitting before Krishna. Is there anybody who did not enjoy it? Yeah? Everybody enjoyed it. So this is actually the real enjoyment. अभी हम सब इकट्ठे कर रहे थे तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा टाइम लग रहा था. You will say, oh, it took 20 minutes or what. But जब when we'll get into the practice and doing it softly, we were very loud. It should be audible, but then it will take less time. I guarantee that. So it will take just 10 minutes every round, 8 to 10 minutes. So please do try at home. And yes, I would like to explain the meaning of Vaheguru also, because I know there is lots of things to be said, but I had to be very short and limited time. The Vaheguru is made up of 4 letters, Va, Ha, Ga, Ra. And there are 4 yugas. So the 4 yugas are Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yug. So the 4 yugas by Gurdas Ji, who has written the Granth Sahib. It was spoken by Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and the Veda Vyas is said to be like Veda Vyas is who wrote the Vyasadev Ji is who wrote the Bhagavatam. So likewise, he is called the Vyasadev Ji of the Sikhism, that is by Gurdas Ji. So by Gurdas Ji wrote in his book Vara 4049, he speaks about the Vaheguru, the meaning. Vaheguru is given in the Granth Sahib, Kamal Nayan Madhur Bain Kot Sang Sain Shobha Ma Yashod Jise Kahet Hai Dahi Baat Khai Jiyo Ad Sach Shri Nivas Adi Puruk Sada Tuhi Vaheguru 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 Jiyo. So I won't go into the detailed meaning because time is short. It's Kamal Nayan Madhur Bain. So he has got the lotus eyes, he has got the beautiful smile. Ma Yashod Kahet Hai, the mother Yashoda is running after him with Dahi Baat. Ad Sach Shri Nivas Adi Puruk. He is the most old person. Ad Sach, he is the Param Satya, he is the absolute truth, and he is the Adi Puruk. Every day we sing from Brahma Samhita, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Govinda is the Adi Purusham. So it says in the Granth Sahib also that he is the Adi Puruk Sada. He is the one where at his lotus feet Lakshmi resides. So Ad Sach Shri Nivas Adi Puruk Sada Tuhi Vaheguru 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 Jiyo. You are the Vaheguru. So there are many more verses explaining that he wears a Vajanti Mala, he's got a Mor Mukut Chai Jiyo, Priya Sahita Vyara Kiyo. There are many verses. But then, by Gurdas Ji gives the meaning of Vaheguru. He says, in the Satyug, Vavva Vishnu Nam Japave. Satyug Satguru Vasadeva Bhava Vishnu Nam Japave. In Satyug, there was meditation on Vishnu to go back to Godhead. So Va stands for in the Vaheguru for Vishnu. Then he says, Treta Yuga Ram Ji Rara Ram Jape Sukha Pave. So Treta is the Yuga where Ram came. So those who chant the holy name of Ram, they get all the happiness. So there is Ram, Rara Ram. So Vaheguru mein Va is Vishnu, Ra is Ram. Then he says the Dwapar Yuga Hari Krishna. So Hari came. So Ha stands for Hari in the Vaheguru. Then he says in Kali Yuga Guru Nanak came as a Guru. Guru Nanak Gagga Govinda Naam Alai. Guru Nanak Dev Ji came and he gave everybody the name Govinda. He said, Sab Govinda hai, Govinda bin nahi koi. So everything belongs to Govinda. Va Vishnu, Ha Hari, Ga Govinda, Ra Ram. Charo akhar ik kar ik jap mantra banaye Vaheguru. So this is the Vaheguru. So when we chant the holy name, we get purified. And this is how the holy name purifies everybody. Hare Krishna. So thank you everybody. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. God Premanande. Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.